what was really a simple decision to give away some money, it really sort of introduced me to a world that I really had not been involved in and didn't particularly understand. And I found it compelling and became more and more involved. The Piton Foundation was sort of how you gave away money. It was a foundation that was set up as a mechanism. But at the time it was set up, it was not much more than a mechanism to do it. But what its agenda became was something that I became very involved in. If you know anything about climbing a mountain, a piton is a kind of a facility, a spike. It's a steel spike that they put into the rock, and a rope goes through it, and it helps people sort of move up. And I always thought that was a great analogy in terms of how I felt and what I wanted to do. I think from the beginning, my interest was really in people that really didn't share in kind of the benefits that, were available to me. I mean, this has been a wonderful tour for me in terms of being in Denver, the opportunities I've had, the good things I've been exposed to. But I saw a lot of people that really didn't have those opportunities. And I found that compelling to see if there was not some way, that I could share the opportunities that I've sort of taken for granted in my life, and try to facilitate other people that really, for no fault of their own, have not. Philosophically, I think that there's an obligation to leave this place in some fashion that allows the next generation to be able to enjoy those freedoms and benefits, and that's what perpetuates a society. We have an incredible emphasis on, money and material things today, and really having had no money and then having had a lot of money, I think I can say that the only time money is really important is when you just don't have any. Then it can be pretty important. Yeah, I've said this before, that you can't have a successful business in a failing society. We need to realize that you can't separate these things. And so I've believed that business has an enormous role to play. And as a matter of fact, philanthropy, really needs to be far better business-oriented, and that business needs to be really far better informed of these issues. To give money away, to do it well, is far more difficult than it is maybe to even make money. Now, I say that having made money. I'm not so sure I'd have said it before I made money, but I would tell you, I really believe that now. I think the problems, the understanding, I really believe that. And so that requires really not buying a table, not writing a check, but to really take a look at what's out there and to realize that we need to have some pretty serious changes if this thing is going to continue to operate as it has for all of us. And I'm not sure I've ever fixed anything with all this effort and all this philosophy, but just working at it, I feel like I get closer to understanding some of these things, and maybe even a little closer to developing some ability to make some differences and changes that wouldn't otherwise occur.